Well, it finally happened. Nintendo has given us an update on all the new Animal Crossing New Horizons stuff coming November 5th, and boy, it's a lot. Hey guys, it's Austin from NERDZOO. Before we get started, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as all of your support greatly helps us grow the channel and make quality content. Okay, enough of that for now. Let's dive right into the video. Okay. So if you're like me and you have anxiety about turning on your Switch because you don't want to go back into your island and come up with some excuse to tell all your villagers why you've abandoned them for over a year, I get it. Plus, who wants to pick up any weeds? But that's all about to change, as Nintendo has given us a major content update, both in the form of a free update, which is sadly going to be the last, and paid DLC. So back during their September Direct, Nintendo teased that they were going to have a Brewster's Cafe style Nintendo Direct for Animal Crossing. Well, we got that Direct on October 15th, and we weren't really expecting how much content Nintendo had in store for us. Right out the gate, they announced what I thought was going to take up the majority of the Direct, Brewster's Cafe. This was going to take place in your museum, and you can go in there and chill with friends and speak with characters that you wouldn't otherwise normally be able to talk to. For example, Isabelle, who is normally behind a desk. This provides a lot of charm, and I believe there are some other side activities on the way. But I didn't think that this would make up enough content to give us a whole Direct, so surely they were going to have more in store. Well, on November 5th, we're getting what seems like a quality of life upgrade across the board and a bunch of new solid content. I'm going to cover some of the big stuff, the stuff that I think that is going to draw people back in when it comes to the free update, but I highly recommend that you go and watch the Direct for yourself, as it's charming and probably one of the most well put together Nintendo Directs that I've seen them give. Hell, I think it's one of the best presentations I've seen. So for the last free content update coming on November 5th, along with Brewster's Cafe, you're also going to be able to communicate with Captain. You'll be able to talk to him on your island, and he will sing you a sea shanty in the charming likes of tonal notes that we've gotten from other games in the past, and will deliver you to a random mystery island. These mystery islands will have different time of day and also seasons from your current island. I think this is a way to keep players engaged without time skipping, and I think it's creative and interesting. Another thing I find interesting is that they're utilizing an island that nobody ever used more than once, and that was Harv's Island, the photo island. You went there, you visited Harv, you got the text bubble that he gave you, and you bounced out. And like most people, probably never returned again. Well, now it's getting a bit of a change. You can go there and donate money to certain plots and kind of have like a flea market, if you will. All of the random vendors that show up at different times on your island can now be found stationary there. This is also awesome, as it's going to prevent people from time skipping. I keep coming back to that because I think it's very important to play Animal Crossing the natural way. If all of these quality of life improvements are there, there's really no reason to jump around unless you're trying to get stuff from holidays. Along with those three big things, we're also getting a bunch of quality of life improvements. Now you're going to have upgraded storage, which you can purchase up to 3 to get now 5,000 items in your home storage. On top of that, you're going to be able to link that to an outside shed that you can place anywhere on your island, along with an APD, so you no longer have to go to City Hall to access the bank. You can place that anywhere you like as well. Along with placing items, you're going to be able to place permanent ladders, and you're going to be able to customize them to be different colors. They're also increasing the amount of bridges and inclines, and allowing you to change your house to new different styles. All of this was sorely needed for ease of access and quality of life. It feels like they were building all the updates we should have been getting over the last 2 years, and we're finally being heard, and they're pouring it all out in this last free update. They're also adding cooking, which is a huge thing for me, as you can now get new DIY recipes and get new vegetables that you can raise up just like the fruits. So now you're going to get like things like carrots and potatoes, and you're going to be able to make like a pizza. It just helps add more things to do, and it's really charming. They added some new stuff with pattern accessibility and some more amiibo functionality as it relates to your villagers, with a plethora of other minor updates. And I'm sure you've all seen that Twitter has blown up with Froggy Chair, and they kind of subtly low-key drop that in the Direct in the background of one of the updates. If you don't know what Froggy Chair is, you're one Google away from a rabbit hole. Enjoy. Gyroids are making a return, this time in the form of fragments. You can dig them up in one of your X spots all around your island, and then you can plant them and water them, return the next day, and you'll have a random gyroid. These things breathe Studio Ghibli to me, as they all kind of make a different sound, and when you put them together into a room, you've got kind of like a nice little instrumental orchestra of gyroids, all with cute names and cute character. These are going to be great, and I can't wait to build a room full of gyroids. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the free update. But right at the end of the Direct, at least what we thought was the end of the Direct, they blew the door wide open, as now they are adding paid DLC in the form of Happy Home Paradise. And if you know the name Happy Home, it's probably because you're familiar with the 3DS title Happy Home Designer, which kind of boiled down the creative elements of Animal Crossing into a task-based home design game. My wife loved this game, and I think she's going to be pleased about Happy Home Paradise. You find yourself traveling to an archipelago. Amongst the many islands of the archipelago are villagers that want vacation homes, and they're paying you to build their perfect homes. You can model their homes however you like, with new features and things like partition walls to help with creativity and depth, and you now have more tools that help you create those islands. At the end of a job well done, you're going to be paid in a currency called Poki, which is new to Animal Crossing. You're going to be able to bring that to an exclusive shop where you're able to buy exclusive items to bring back to your island, along with a lot of the building techniques that you learned while you were here on the archipelago. So a lot of stuff is coming back with you. For instance, you can polish furniture now to give it a kind of special effect. If you polish a pot, it might have butterflies flying around it, or if you polish a desk, it might attain a glow. I don't know how long these things last, but I'm going to be polishing everything in the apartment. So along with spending your currency in an exclusive store that you can only get on the archipelago, you're also going to be able to customize things like schools and hospitals that are on the main island. This also adds another level of depth, more things to do. And if you're like me and after a while you hit this wall where it didn't feel like you were actually progressing in any way when it came to your island, now you have these task-based things that keep you focused. I really like this, and I like completing things, so the archipelago is definitely a main draw for me. At the end of the Direct, they did announce another wave of amiibo cards. These are going to be purchasable later on, and good luck trying to find them. If you try to get these things physically, you're probably going to meet a crowd of scalpers ready to run you over, so I highly suggest trying to find them online, and if you find them, good for you. But they're all very interesting, and you're going to be able to pull more people into the archipelago or to your island using these cards. Personally, I like to leave things up to chance, but these are a really cool collectible. Especially if you're into amiibo collecting, these count. And that's all for the Direct and all the news. The biggest thing for me is that Nintendo seemed to have taken all of the notes that we've been telling them for the last 2 years for Animal Crossing and have just delivered this wonderful care package in this amazing Direct. I don't know about you guys, but I really like this side of Nintendo where they listen to what we have to say, and that kind of takes physical form in the games that we play. It's new, and I hope it continues. Let me know down in the comments below what you think and what this means going forward. I know they said this was the last of the free content updates, but the paid DLC being $24.99 by itself, that seems like a reasonable amount to ask. They do bundle it in with the Nintendo Online service. You can look into that. I'm not going to dive into all the negativity, but it seems a little steep when you bundle it in that way, and a weird decision. Let me know down below if you guys like the form of paid DLC and you want more of it like this. I'm open to it, and honestly, I'm glad to see it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Every bit helps support the channel. Okay guys, I'm Austin from NERDZOO. That's all for now. Until next time.